How's it going, Libra? It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. What's up, and welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining me today, guys, as I'm preparing to do your December 2020 mid-month tarot card reading. So I will explain my process for first-timers here on the mid-month reading. So I have this deck that was inspired by David Bowie, and he collaborated on the artwork, and it's the Starman tarot card deck. So in the companion book that came with the deck, there is a Starguide reading. So that's what I use to do every mid-month read. I think I've done that without fail for as long as I can remember. So I hope you guys enjoy this reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and of course any Libra cross watchers. So keep in mind this is a general reading. I just want to put that little disclaimer in there. So yeah, I'm going to just shuffle out here a couple more times for you, Libra, and then I'm going to jump right in. I don't do big, long Hollywood intros because that's not my style, because I'm an Aries. I get right to the point. So you have the present situation here, which is the Prince of Wands. So the Prince of Wands, this is going to be the energy of fire here for you. So this is a Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. I really feel like somebody is going to be sent in to kind of rock your world up a little bit, Libra. Really interesting that there's, like, I feel like these are crowns, right? I don't know what's going on with these designer boots that the Prince of Wands is wearing. Just really want you guys to look at, like, kind of all the faces coming out here. It's like you guys have a really, really strong support system that you might not even be aware of. I'm getting a really strong Leo vibration here for you guys. It's like you guys are poised to go on to stage, just kind of like, you know, if you've ever participated in sports or you've done any sort of drama or singing or whatever, what it takes to actually get to that moment, you know, to shake that off. And then, like, rip open the suit and become Clark Kent. I'm making a Superman, I was going to say relevance, but that is really a reference, right? So anyway, it's like you need a little push. So you're going to have a fire sign come in here and do that for you, whether you need a little bit of a pep talk or an ego boost or, you know, somebody to hit the stage with you, do your introduction. Like metaphorically speaking, you know, really just come and amp you up. And, you know, that's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but I'm getting a very intense Leo vibe for you guys. If you guys have a Leo friend, you might want to go and confess all your, you know, your qualms and how you're feeling, and they'll go, oh, bro, don't even worry about it. I mean, you know, and then they'll give you some of their, like, enormous heart so that you can feel protected when you move forward into the next phase of your life. So let's see any cause of conflict for you. So I'm seeing here the Ace of Wands. So it could be a lot of, like, peppered, unwelcome advice coming in. The Ace of Wands, it really talks about being, and this one particularly, it's almost like a bombardment of ideas, but it could be somebody really trying to sabotage you here, Libra. I just have to, my foot is falling asleep, so excuse me. I'm really seeing this in the sense of somebody in your family being very disapproving of what it is that you want to do next, but, you know, whose life is it anyway? And you could be, I'm getting a really age range, like, for some of you, this could have started when you were about 15 to 18. With somebody saying, no, you're no good at that. You know, you shouldn't try that. You suck. You know, so, man, this is really tough what I'm seeing here for you guys. Like, you really wanted to try something. You know, you really wanted to break the mold. You didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. Like, you really wanted to be center stage, be spotlight, like try something outside of what everybody else was doing, but you were making people that are kind of in, living that patterned life, you were making them so uncomfortable with the brightness of your perception of yourself in that moment and your future self, that they were like, oh, we can't allow that, because people are afraid. And not only of they're afraid of their own failure, but they're afraid of yours. And also people don't want to be outshone, especially when it's your friends and they're sort of that type of person. So I see an opportunity coming in full circle, but now that you probably don't have that group of people, that same group of people, and if so, they're not as close to you, trying to shoot you down, and you might be doing things in secret. You might be doing things without telling other people, but you still have this stage fright that you inherited from that's a really difficult age too, where you're just really starting to feel like you know what you want to do. And then the people closest to you were like, no, you're not going to be successful. You're not moving over there. You're not doing this, whatever it is, nope, so much nope. So it's very, very difficult for you guys to sort of stand up again, because it's taking this sort of superhuman effort for you guys to straighten up your back. I listen to a lot of Kenneth Suarez, you guys, and he's also part of Power Thoughts Meditation Club. Straighten up your back, hold your head up high, and walk like you mean it. And I think that is just beautiful advice. It's in many of his affirmations. So, changes needed in order to face your challenges. I've got the Lover's card. So, it's possible for you to reach back through time and give this sort of wounded inner child, this wounded child that is inside of you, this memory of being shot down, being rejected, being pushed off of the path of your dream, and show some love. The Lovers, it's just this divine, intense, like glorious emotion, and sometimes you need to go back and heal that inner child. I feel like I have my book here with it, like everything that I title all my readings. I think if you guys haven't done any sort of work to go back and heal that inner child and, give them all the love and nourishment and guidance and the pep talks that you didn't receive, it's time for you to do that for yourself. And again, it's like Kenneth Suarez does this really, really important healing inner child meditation. So you guys can just YouTube search like inner child meditation. It doesn't have to be the person that I suggest to you. I choose my meditative guides and based on the sound of their voice. Because if somebody's voice is annoying, I cannot get through a meditation. All I focus on is how irritating their voice is, and that's just not cool. But anyway, let's look at your strengths here. Oh, you've got the 8 of Cups. This is really, really interesting. So you guys are stuck here. All your cups are up right here. This guy's like looking at a past version of himself. Look at here. There's this little tiny reflection. All these cups are sort of circling around. I feel like you guys are like you really want to take that leap, right? You really want to just, but you keep getting to that point where you're like, no, because there's something, you're going to have to really cycle back here and like blast away all of those negative thoughts that were given to you by other people. And now you're hearing those things in your head, but it's in the sound of your own voice. And that's why it's so important to be mindful what to say to children, right? Because all that negativity that children hear from parents or coaches or teachers, that becomes their inner voice as they grow up. And now this is where you guys are. And you're ready to step onto that stage or burst forward into whatever sort of path that you wanted to be on that you got shot down. And that voice, and it's not your own voice. And this is such a massive recognition. Those are, okay, they're not your words, you know, they're somebody else's words, but now they're being disguised as your inner critic, which is why you need to take that walk through time and stand in front of your inner child. You know what I mean? I just had to write that down. Okay, so here is this character, and he's sort of looking at this miniature version of himself, and he's going, okay, I just can't proceed until I go back and heal that. So you go back and you look at these situations, and it's probably going to be hard for you to do that, to live through that sort of the brunt of whatever, like insult or, you know, just being reduced by somebody, or just being told no, you know, that you have this dream and like, no, just totally offhand, no, that's not for you, you know. So you have to go back and sort of rewrite the script. Now you, like this version of you being strong and, well, you know, as strong as possible. And maybe with the help of this Leo that I'm seeing in your cards, and go back to that moment where your dream was shattered and stand in front of that child, which is now your inner child that you carry with you, and say, we're rewriting the script. Instead of saying, no, this is not happening for you, we're going to say, oh, you're just going to need a little bit more life experience. You're going to do this. You're going to go down that path until we get here, and then we'll be ready. So I'll meet you in this moment in 2020. Okay, and I just saw angel number 1221. So check that out. And I see that number everywhere. I see that number, man, it keeps coming up. So your strength is, you know, basically going back and rescuing yourself and changing that dialogue. Like really flip the script on what happened the moment that your dream was shattered. Okay, so your other challenges here. The Two of Swords. Okay, this is being incredibly stuck, you know, one scenario, another scenario. Which way, what should I do? This moment of indecision. You're going to have to conquer that. If you want to see that storybook ending that you pictured when your heart was young and free and your mind didn't have any inhibitions about how far you could go, you're going to have to decide here. This is a big challenge. You know, because the older you get and the more that a dream is postponed or a path is avoided, it can give you that moment where, you know, you just have that, I want to jump, you know, just sort of, I think it was Steve Harvey. He did this video about jumping off the ledge to your success, where you just have to go and trust that everything's going to be fine. But you have prolonged this moment for so long that it's probably turned into one of your biggest fears. So let's have an outcome card here for you. So you have the Princess of Wands, and I really love that she's just got her arms open wide and she just wants to catch you. Okay, so here's the Prince of Wands, and he's the one that's going to come in. I really see it as being as a Leo, but it could be an Aries or a Sagittarius. You know, going to give you that little push, you know, to get you out of the starting block here. And then the princess is going to catch you. Okay, so really important situation happening for you guys. And it's time to conquer that fear and go back and change that script, you guys, so that your outcome will be what you want it to be, instead of somebody that just didn't believe in you or had, you know, they were afraid for you. But there's no failure here. The only failure is not trying. Like, what if you wait 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years and you think, I wish I would have done that? Don't do that to yourself. Do it now. Just do it. Libra, I'm gonna go. Peace out. Bye.